There's my dear friend Lingos is in the house. Holden, what's up, brother? Excellent. What's going on, guys?
Coach, we're getting some feedback from you, brother.
Yeah, I'm going to mute him. There we go. Muted. All right, cool. All right, what's up, everybody? We'll let everybody pile in here. What is going on today? Everybody excited? All right, here's the tough question. Who's taking tomorrow off, man? Who's chilling like Bob Dylan? Who's worked so hard this last 4 days, today included? You're going to work today. Who's putting in the 20% that makes them 80% of their money? 3 days so far this week. Come on, man. We have, right? What's 20% of an 8-hour day? You guys should know this. And just focus on it. Hour and a half. Hour and a half. That's it. If you just put in an hour and a half of offense, right, Devin?
That's it.
Come on, man. Can we get an hour and a half? Hour and a half. That's it. And here's the thing. If I was to look at your calendar, like if I was automatically some way, shape, or form with the power of internet, be able to go, here's Jeff's calendar. Let's check that out. What's he doing today? Oh, it's blank. Just kidding. I don't know what your calendar looks like. He's like, wait, how'd you know?
I don't know what that calendar looks like.
Right. Greg's in the house. What's up, Greg? What's up, Jerry? What's up, buddy?
I just got a death threat from an email.
There you go.
From our system.
There you go.
He wants to come kill me because the loan got sold 3 times by a company before.
That's okay. That works.
I've never had this before.
A death threat?
It is bizarre. I mean, I'm not even with those companies. It's,
Just tell them not to make the payment. See how that goes. Just say, don't make the payment. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm thinking.
That's a pretty extreme response. I'm just going to put it out there.
That's it.
I'm looking at this going,
you transition my servicing, now you will die.
You will die.
Yeah, it's part of Redder's new system called Milo.
Oh.
And they're test driving this thing, and all of a sudden it popped out there, and I'm getting this message this morning, and I'm going, I don't know how to respond to this. If I do it all.
Don't respond. Yeah, that's one you don't respond to. Hey, you know what? That's a great topic for today. So that's okay, Jerry. I appreciate that lead in today. So, and Eileen, I might lean on you. I don't need the transparency part of it. I just want to, Eileen, what I'm going to talk about is what we talked about the other day on the coaching call on how to deal with some things that's going on in your life. Is that cool?
Sure.
All right. So, and
I got so much going on in my life, man. You can just.
Well, I was talking about Eileen, but because Eileen did the exercise, and I had the conversation last night with a dear friend of mine. I won't say any names, but I think it's.
I'm here.
Oh,
sorry.
Hey, Eileen. No worries.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. So, so you did that exercise the other day, and I want to talk about this. So, you know how we all have in what I'm finding out, and Kim's going to relate to this. Everybody will relate to this. We all have things. We all have our demons. We all have our childhood that we grew up with. We all have things. So if we all sit around the campfire at one time, we started telling stories about this and that and this and that, we're all going to go, what happened to you? And then the next person, what happened? What did you go through? Like all these things, right? All these emotions and anger and triggers, all these things. I mean, like right now, things are happening. So we have anger, we have disappointment, we have I'm not where I wanted to be to finish the year. How do I get out of this funk? I am having some family issues. I don't feel like the parent I should be. Like all these things, right? Like how can I be better? And what is this feeling that I have? And because Devin and I were talking about this, like when you have emotions and you have things going on and you have these things that like, it's hard to get up and do what you need to do or supposed to do. Right. And Kim, you and I've talked, we had a 90-minute conversation the other day and I shared some personal stuff, but, so one of the exercises that I shared with somebody else last night, she's not here, but a dear friend of mine that I said, hey, I think you should do this exercise. And she did it and it was really cool. And so the exercise is whatever's happening in your life. Okay. And Rick, you're going to appreciate this. So I'll tell the Coach Rick story because I don't know if he's heard it yet, but I've told it a couple times on our coaching call, Rick. So, and I'll just use this perfect example. Okay. And Rick and I are dear friends. So he doesn't care if I share this. I didn't ask him, but Rick, you okay if I share it? All right. So 2 weeks ago, Rick and I were in a car after Starbucks and he says, yeah, someone said you're a wild card. And I'm like, man, that hurt a little bit. Like that was like whatever it was, I didn't feel right about it. And I said, Rick, who said that? He goes, well, I did. I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, I just don't even know emotionally what that means in his eyes. And what I should have said was wild card. And then Rick started without here's the crazy part. Kim, I know you're shaking your head because you understand this. Without saying anything, there was awkward silence, right, Rick? Awkward silence. I was like, I don't even know what to say to that, right? Because I'm like, I don't know what I feel. I know that Rick and I have been friends for 20 years, like dear friends. We started the same company together. And so I get home, I literally did this exercise, Rick. I get home and I'm like, hey, ChatGPT. I started talking to ChatGPT. You guys are gonna think this is weird, but like you do this with full transparency, you're gonna find out that this is unbelievably powerful for you. It's something that a counselor could never in a million years do for you, because Chat is pulling billions and billions and billions of these questions and conversations and solutions from the web all over the world. So I said to Chat, I'm like, hey, had a really good friend of mine, 20 years. He said I was a wild card, and I don't know what to think of it. I said it hurt a little bit. And so Chat started asking me questions. It's like, well, let me ask you a couple questions. What was the context? I'm like, well, we were driving in a car and he just, he said this and said that. And I said, well, I will say that, 20 years ago, he's told me a couple times that, I went left and he went right. And he goes, man, I wish I'd have went left with you. Right? You've said that, Rick. And so, and then I said, well, Chat, he also says, man, I'm older and I got 5 years left in me. And man, I just don't have it. I don't have it in me to do what you do. And so I keep telling Chat this stuff, and I'm walking him through this conversation and walking him through these emotions. I'm like, I just don't know how to take it. And he goes, well, he cut back. He's like, well, it sounds like, and I said, well, for clarification. And I talked to it just like I'm talking to you guys. I said, for clarification, him and I work together, same company. We have the same motive. We have the same, we have the same team. We want the same things for each other. We want the same things for our LOs. We want the same things for our friend. Like we want success for everybody. Rick's always been like this. He's the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. And he's like, well, it just sounds like, maybe there's a little not anger, but like, damn, I wish I'd have went left. And I wish I had the energy you had. And it's not that he's like being a dick. It's just, he's like, man, I just wish I had a little more energy like you have. Like I wake up and I'm like, Scotty builds something else overnight. And I'm like, Jesus, like, dude, what the heck? And so I just don't have that energy in me. And so like he walked me through how that whole relationship played out, and like more or less. And Rick, am I wrong about why you said what you said?
No, I said it as a positive.
I know
that literally you just don't know what is going to pop into your mind next. I mean, your mind is just going 1,000 miles an hour and it never turns off. I remember texting you one night going, it's bedtime for me.
I'm like, I'm just getting started. Yeah.
So the thing is, if you ask Chat the questions, you'll get the answer.
Honest answers.
Have you ever tried asking it? Tell me something about myself that I probably don't know. So I do a lot of build and Chat.
Yeah.
It'll give you an answer that'll floor you.
Yeah.
Some of it, but it's the 20% you're like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I knew, when you were talking to me, I realized that you didn't know how to take that. And it was a total positive, I
know it was, but for some reason it was a trigger,
with you,
yeah.
And it's all good. And the people that are on this call every day, the stuff that you're putting out, the guests that you bring on, I can see Lynn on our screen right now. The people that you bring on, have given our people on this call so much good information that if they just take one little nugget here and there and put it into their business, they'll do fantastic.
Yep, exactly. And I knew that it was a positive. No, I knew it was a positive, but for some reason I had a weird reaction to it. So the reason I'm telling you this, just full transparency, and I've done this several times. There's another issue that I want to talk about, but when you go, so what I would, and Eileen went through the same thing, right, Eileen?
Yes, and then you start putting in your information, you ask it stuff, and ChatGPT ask you questions to dig deeper.
Yeah,
which is super eye-opening.
And did it not help you at a higher level than you ever could have imagined?
I felt like I had a therapist. I was like, oh my God, this is cheaper than going to a therapist.
Yeah, it truly is. It truly
It
is.
starts digging, like it
Yeah.
starts asking you for some reason, somehow it just starts digging into like, but why? But mine was, I had an argument with my 11-year-old about homework. So I was feeling all guilty because I had yelled at her and I'm like, am I being too hard on her for her grades and this? And we started going through, well, it ends up, going into your childhood and why you do the things you do. It's really crazy.
Mhm. It opens a
I
lot
turn
of
off
doors.
the agreeability with it. I'm like, I don't want you to agree with me. I want you to be very objective and be critical.
Love it.
Oh, wow.
Love it.
Oh, shit will please you. That was,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, no. When you feed it a story that's not positive, you're like, man, I'm not feeling right about. Like if you give it honesty, it'll just give you back like a lot of questions and break it down for you.
the thing with chat is that you talk about late evenings, and that's for me. And I said, why were you up till 3? I'm like, well, I had to fix this chat. And my wife, I didn't realize we were sharing all of the drive together. She says, I didn't realize you were an army of one. How'd you know? She goes, I see all the screenshots you feed chat. Like,
Yeah.
it's a great tool.
Yeah. So the reason I'm saying this is we all have our things, right? Like, and whatever it is, small, big, large, whatever you're going through, there. Not only are we here for you always, but I think you can get so much more clarity because when you're talking to a human, they have their own things in their own head. Where chat has no opinion. He's not gonna sit here and go, well, let me tell you. Like, he's not gonna talk about himself because he can't, she can't, it can't. But I'm just saying that it has brought me so much clarity. And clarity, I think, is what we all need in this business. And the feelings that we have, we don't know why we have them. And somebody says something to you, and you're like, you react in a certain way or react in a certain way, and sometimes unethical. It's like so this will help you before you react. I think to have a better relationship at home. Better relationship with your customer, like he just got a death threat, and that's an easy one because he's upset about something. So the first thing I would do is pick up the phone and go, "Hey, so sorry you're upset about this. Like, hey, let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation about this." But I'm just saying, if you are stuck, or you have anger, or you have depression, or whatever it is you have in your life, this is an amazing way to dissect. A good friend of mine did it last night, and I can't wait she's doing some more work with it. And so hopefully I can get her on to talk about it, but I think it really kicks in the emotions, like Eileen said, and goes deep with like how you grew up, who you grew up with. I mean, with the question that I asked about Rick is like, it brought up my childhood. It brought up my dad. It brought up my mom, all that stuff. It's really, and we're talking a matter of minutes. It's as fast as you can respond to the questions is as fast as it's going to spit out different questions or judgments or opinions, or maybe it's this, maybe it's not saying here's exactly what it is, but saying maybe this, and it makes you think different. So when you do it with no distractions, no emails, no phones, no nothing. Just go all in. Fair enough.
Very cool.
It's unreal, man.
I have some really good prompts for this. Like if you want to go do. I got some prompts. I had a friend who worked with, Prompt Maker and made some prompts like a, therapist, like kind of a thing and all these detailed instructions to chat. And on my vacation in July, I spent 3 or 4 days on it, and it was life-changing.
Nice.
Like it was like I had gone to years of therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And I let go of so many things, and I forgave so many things. It was like deep healing.
Yeah.
And it sounds crazy, but really it was just like, it just asked me the right questions. And then I was all in, and I answered them, honestly. I went to a beach house and sat by myself. And it was I'm going to dig in.
Yeah.
But it was really powerful. And if anyone wants those prompts, I have a couple of them. If anyone wants them, just tell me.
I'll put them in your folder, Kim, inside of the lab for sure. Yeah, if you send them in a Word doc,
Okay,
I'll just send them. Yeah, please do, and that'd be great. But I mean, it's little things like, okay, why do I feel the way I do about real estate agents? What's the pain that's keeping me from making these phone calls? Or the fear, or like these conversations you could have with yourself, with chat, and it'll break some stuff down. I promise you it'll change your life. if you're honest with it. Like, you can't make stuff up because you're going to get garbage in, garbage out. But little things like why is it so hard for me to work in my calendar, use my calendar? Like, what is keeping me, like, ask it these super awesome questions that we talk about, that we try to give solutions to, but go deep with yourself to see what's keeping you from doing them. Things, if you do them, will one, free your life of all this stuff, but two, help you excel in success. Crazy?
Hey, Scotty,
Yeah,
could I interject real quick?
of course. Always.
Not only if you guys are all brave enough to really have a conversation with yourself, which is what we're talking about here, right?
Mhm.
In the best formal way. Don't do it walking down the street. People might think you're weird. But if you can work through some of that ick, I promise you, your business will completely change. I was not in a good place a few years back, and I never realized it, but I had somebody that was honest enough to say, God, Lynn, I could feel this energy coming from you. And I never realized it until I had those conversations. If we are in this bad space, your clients are going to feel it, your realtor partners, your referral partners, they're all going to feel this ick from you. So not only is it worth spending the time to give yourself the space and the grace to become better as a human, you
Mhm.
deserve it for yourself, but your clients deserve it, the better side of you as well. So
Amen. Love that. Yes. Has anybody done this exercise? Yeah. Chuck, what's up, buddy? I see you, man.
Hey guys, been a while since I've been on one of your calls, but I couldn't resist the opportunity to jump onto this one when you sent the invite. Those of you that know me probably know what I've been through since 2022 when brain cancer came into my life and turned everything completely upside down. By the grace of God, I'm cancer free.
Let's go.
But the
Amen.
biggest challenge has been, how do I get back to providing for myself and for my family? And a naive, excited part of me thought that beating cancer and getting through 120 days of isolation after a stem cell transplant
Oof.
would be all that would need to happen. And then I could just go back to work being a loan officer.
Mm.
The fact of the matter is that's not how it played out, because I realized that, going through what I went through in terms of what I like to call a significant emotional event, and coming out the other side of it, it's forced me to really sort out a lot of my own baggage and bullshit, and really be wildly accountable to myself in terms of the things that I want. Like, I can't just say I want to go to work, right? I had to come up with a plan, but part of that plan has been really trying to be radically honest with myself and folks around me. You mentioned the ick a few minutes ago. I remember the first realtor meeting I walked into after I returned to work. And I had no idea how my appearance at that point in time was going to affect folks in the room, right? Here's this guy. I got a full beard now, but I was baby bald, when I was able to go back to work. And so, I wanted to add this in here because, I think, especially for us, salespeople that have had some success along the way, leaders as well, we tend to forget that we're the sum of our parts in terms of how we got to where we were. And it's those parts, the good, bad, and even the ugly, that if we find a way to acknowledge them, make peace with them, you can then start the process of moving forward again.
Amen.
But it's wild. Like, I'm talking a lot this year about accountability, even in terms of like home affordability. I'm telling people it's not that they can't afford it. They're just not accountable to the budget that they have right now and are willing to go and buy what's available to them. So I don't want to get off too much on a tangent, but I like where this is going.
Stuff, bro.
And I can tell you that especially in the last 4 months, I've started to see a transformation in my business. I've started to attract, recruit candidates again. My realtors are reaching back out because they see that I've been grinding. They see that I'm slowly making my way back, and I'm doing it in a way that I guess in their mind deserves the respect of, returning the phone calls, returning the emails, and understanding that, yeah, this guy lost half his frontal lobe, but he's still a pretty damn good guy and can get a lot done for the partners that are willing to trust me to get the job done for them.
Hey,
So,
hey, Chuck, I want to ask you something. So,
yeah, man, anybody needs an accountability partner in that regard, I'm here and I'm available. But yeah, chat and other tools that allow you to go deep and really do some self-reflection. I can't underscore the value of it enough.
Chuck, hasn't it helped you with what you've went through, and now you're unpacking the stuff and repacking it and redoing things? Isn't it helping you to have deeper conversations with people? Because I know it is me that I couldn't have. Like 2 months ago, I couldn't have half of these conversations. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't emotionally stable enough to. And I'll be unpacking some of my shit that later on in life, when I'm ready to share it. But Chuck, isn't that easier? I mean, you just shared a lot of personal stuff, but isn't it easier to have those conversations with people?
Well, it is, because if I'm talking with somebody, for instance, about the whole affordability thing, they'll look at me, my kids included, and right, they want what I have, but they're 30 years younger than me. Yeah. They don't understand, the battles and the steps that were taken, and they don't understand that my first house was only $80,000.
Dude, mine was 75. Let's go.
Yeah, and my rate was 8.5%.
46,000 here for my first house.
Hey, Chuck, and that 8% was smoking hot at the
Smoking
time.
hot. It was.
Okay.
Mine was 16 3/4 in 1982.
That's good stuff.
or 3.
I got into a drop down, drag it out with a realtor recently who told me, well, home prices have to come down. And I said, no, they don't.
80
What do you
years.
mean?
Look at the chart. Yeah.
Okay, this is going to get better. So arguing with me. And I don't write loans, guys. This is my mother we're talking about. Okay, she's 78 years old. She's still pounding out 3 units a month. And she's like, I said, but you have to remember, to Rick, that $80,000 house, Chuck, I live that. And I'm like, this is just the rite of passage, right or wrong. But if you want an $80,000 house again, I don't want the pain that comes with a 2% rate again.
Yeah.
None of us on this call want to suffer. And by the way, Chuck, we're always going to be different. You know what? But you're still the same, brother. I don't know you, but it just struck a chord. Yeah. Because I'm like, I had someone say, I went back home after 25 years away. I said, you're not the same. I said, oh no, that part of me is the same. You just never saw it before.
Mm-hmm. Right, man, dude.
And you saw things that no one else will ever see on this call, because I haven't seen it before. Can't tell you I understand, but I respect it. So thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here, bud.
But I just, you made my day better, Chuck.
Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I tell, the book will come out eventually. But
cool.
On February 16th, 2022, I was told I had 3 months to live.
Jesus.
And the nugget that the doctors gave me that somehow was supposed to make me feel better was that, oh, you've got the same cancer John McCain had.
Wow.
And yeah, so it's been a wild ride. I'm glad to be here.
Blessing.
Thank God for my current leadership, because they've given me the ability to be able to work in a part-time fashion so that I can find my way again and rebuild my business at a pace that, matches my current cognitive ability. And eventually it's going to pay all the bills again. It's just going to take a little longer to get there.
I bet you're living life a little different though, day by day, and appreciating the little things more.
Different.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Hell of a lot different.
Good stuff, man.
Seth, thanks for sharing with such authenticity. This is really powerful. And, for all of us here who have said, man, the last 3 years have been tough. Boy, 22 really kicked me in the ass. And then I've been, trying to claw my way out ever since. Boy, the struggle of the average loan officer because interest rates went up is seems pretty trivial right now compared to
Right.
what you have gone through.
No
Your
kidding.
2022 from
Oof.
then until now. I mean, wow. And here you are showing up and contributing, and yeah, just all the things, and inspiring all of us. So thanks for sharing.
I appreciate it, y'all. Thank you for the support.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
having just gone through 3 months of testing and everything you can imagine, they poked, prodded, and take more blood out of me over the last 3 months. To be told that you don't have it, when you're thinking for the last 3 months I had cancer, I got a lot of good news just last week. So
Good for you, man.
I can't imagine what the next step would have been if they told me I got it. I guess I just would have fought it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I can't imagine that. That unknowing is worse than actually knowing, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just a lesson today to go, man, if you're not if you're not living today for today, I mean, like Chuck, you just made my life easy because I thought I had it bad, dude. I don't like, dude, my life just got really good, Thank you for sharing that, because what I thought I had going, nothing.
I one of the things I keep I say to myself when it gets hard, two things. One, I get to choose how hard my heart is. Number one, it's up to me.
Choose your heart, yeah.
But number two, and I'm not sure what any of y'all believe in, and I know what I believe in, and when I had nothing else left, all I had was prayer, right? And those around me, all they had was prayer, and I had some really great doctors. But it took a lot of prayer energy to get me through it, and so from that standpoint, when I'm feeling a little down and I'm feeling a little frustrated about how hard or how slow things may be going, I just tell myself, God didn't keep me here for nothing. Certainly he didn't keep me here to be broke and mediocre. I just need to stay consistent and find the way that works for me to build the business I want to build.
Good stuff. Mike Diffie, 10 months cancer-free, bro. Let's go.
Woo!
Thank you for sharing, brother.
All right. Thanks.
God bless.
Thanks,
God bless, man. All right. I'm going to leave you guys all with something. And it's called, and it's a little kind of off topic, but I think stress plays into this. Stress plays into if we're sick, not sick. And I'll let you guys listen to it, and then we'll talk for a second. But let's go right here. This was really good for me this morning. Whoops. Hold on one sec. You can't hear it. One sec. I forgot one little button. That one. Let me go backwards. Okay, here we go. Crazy, right? So just want to leave you with that because less is more. The way
My
I
favorite
always,
topic.
yeah, right. Less is more. So good
Yep.
stuff.
Make your decisions ahead of time.
John
Like
Isco.
having the same suit. Yep. I pick out my clothes for the week on Sundays and hang it in the closet. I also choose what I'm going to eat every week ahead of time. And I make as much of the food as I can on Sunday. I need as few decisions as possible during the week so that I can free up my creative problem solving.
You think I wear the same shirt every day?
Yep. Love it.
I have 45 Dallas hats, all different colors, so I
And
can
this
match
guy
all
is
my
a
outfits.
former.
Notice, Kevin.
It's too
That's
easy,
an
man.
amazing video with the I watched that diary to my guilty pleasure on Sundays.
Yeah, he's
But after
amazing.
that, I took my closet. I don't wear the same thing, but I actually laid it out like I'm a school child.
Uh-huh.
So I grab a company shirt with the pants that look right. I just go and grab.
Same thing, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at the big dogs, like, I mean, this is way off, but like
Love
Zuckerberg,
it.
same t-shirt, man. So clean your, like, you know, like I did this funny video that got a ton of views, and how to clean out your closet, which, you know, a little controversy there, but how to clean out your closet. And there's a couple ways to do this. One is to do the hangers one way, and then turn them the opposite way if you wear it. The other one I did was tape. And so you put tape on each piece of clothing. And if the tape is there at the end of the year, get rid of it. Because like it's just taking up space. So cool stuff like that. You can do a little exercise to clean out your closet.
That whole interview from that woman was amazing.
Yeah.
Was it 90 minutes, Scott?
I'm not sure. You know, that's the first, you know, here's the crazy part. It's the first time I've seen her. She just showed up today.
80%. Rick, you okay? We'll make sure Rick's all right.
All right.
And I watched 80% of the videos that people he brings in are fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, who was that? What was that lady's name?
That's a good question. Let me see here. Whoa. I don't actually. Do you know who that is? Do you know who that was?
That was on Diary of a CEO.
Diary of a CEO. Yeah.
Yes, and what's fascinating with her is when she talks about serving presidents, she served like 5 different presidents.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yes, that's a worthwhile,
Okay.
interesting perspective for someone about leadership qualities that I never gave a lot of thought to.
Yeah.
But you're thinking about the closet. Now I got to do tape, and I'm going to
Dude, tape or hangers? Hangers is probably easier. Just put all your hangers one way. When you wear it, flip it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a podcast too.
DOAC. Yeah, he does some good stuff. So, well, my dear friends, let's see who else is cancer free. 8 years cancer free. John Isco. Good stuff, man. You guys are awesome. Yay, Johnny boy, my man. We worked at the same company too, right? Rick, did you know that John was there at AmeriFirst for like how many years, John?
15.
15 years.
Yeah.
Crazy time. So, all right, guys.
Oh.
Same time, same place tomorrow. Laura Whitty is going to be on. I don't know where she's at. 130, 140, 150 million. I know she was at 100 the last time I talked to her in June, I think, or June, July, August, somewhere in there. She was breaking that 120 mark, I think, because her husband was on right after her.
As of right now, they're actually doing 204 transactions. It's still it's showing 88 million in Redder, but you know,
Yeah,
they could be
yeah, it's delayed. Yeah, so I know she was over 100. I think she's 100, 120. So she'll be on tomorrow. Just gonna year-end recap with Laura Whitty. Devin's gonna be running the show tomorrow. So awesome sauce, awesome stuff. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the transparency, Chuck. Thank you so much for sharing. Changed my life, brother. So appreciate you just being open and go do this exercise. If you guys are going through some stuff, big, small, little, whatever, just do the exercise. It's amazing. It'll give you some transparency and clarity in your life. And let's just do this. There, yeah, the kitty's gonna do kitty fight, cat fight. All right, guys. Love you guys. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing rest of Thursday. And I'll see you. Well, I won't see you tomorrow morning. I'll see you Monday. So Devin's gonna run the show tomorrow. Have an amazing day, guys. Take care. Love you.
Thanks, guys.
What we got, Devin?
Good Friday, Scotty.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Oh, there we go. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road.